Yes, 10.2. We are talking about housing. You have 5 minutes, Miguel. Tell us if we should build more housing.
Yes.
All right.
So, good morning, everybody. For those who don't know me, my name is Miguel. I'm a member of the Regent Park Neighborhood Association. Today, I'm here to speak on this item that is so important for Torontonians who are living in the streets, are homeless. I want to make a few comments about the report, point 1 and point 4. I believe this is an ambitious plan that requires input from tenants, the voices of those who live in those buildings, TCAC. I believe this plan will enhance the number of RGI units, thus it will become home for new TCAC tenants. So, you know, Mayor Chow, we have an underfunding problem at the TCAC board. There are only 3 tenants, directors. How is it possible in 2023 we can have 6 as a fair number to balance the game? Just like here, you know, you got 4 in this side, 4 in the other side, but not 3 compared to 7 or 8. The other thing I want to request is that we have requested a meeting with you to discuss RGI units in Regent Park, phases 4 and 5. I understand that we have a new deal with the province. Congratulations. But you're dealing with the devil, Mr. Doug Ford. So here's the problem. If Justin Trudeau doesn't match or goes above his expectations, I think he wants to pull the deal off. So we may be in trouble. So last week, I attended your budget consultations with Shelley Carr was present, and I spoke on the 38% increase for taxpayers, which is really hurting a lot of people. It may hurt if we don't get a proper deal with the province. I also left you a love note for you to see. Can we put it up there? Yeah. It's not. Well, it says that there's a plan B in case plan A, you know, the new deal with the province fail. There's always, we can defund the police and send 50% to fund housing strategies in the city of Toronto. I know it's not a popular topic, but what the heck? I've been saying this for the longest time. The other item I want to talk about is about the summary. When it comes to the summary, it says that you want to work with indigenous communities, you want to work with non-for-profit and cooperative housing sectors to build housing. Okay, that's wonderful, the land trust. Councillor Chris Moyes announced last June or July that there is a plan for a co-op housing in Regent Park, where it is currently the presentation center of Daniels Corporation, 500 Dundas Street East. We have been in conversations with Daniels since 2021 during the pandemic. Chris Moyes is saying that, well, I have made an effort to meet with Tridel and TCAC to see if this can become a co-op in the future. So I want to thank you for your work in securing some new deal from the province and hopefully from the federal government so we can afford this co-op housing in Regent Park, the first indigenous co-op, by the way. It will be a thumbs up for everybody. It will be good for the city. The other thing I want to talk is about the Tenant Advisory Committee. You know, currently the Tenant Advisory Committee is under review. I gotta tell you, I have been attending this committee since 2011. You know, the bottom line is this. The members who belong to our agencies, the EDs, they find that grassroots community activists are a legal liability to be part of this committee. This is a waste of taxpayers' money because it should have been said, this is a place welcome for everybody. Rich Indian, poor Indian, everybody's welcome. But here we are saying, we don't know if we are going to accept grassroots members of the community. And Paul Johnson is the manager who is paying this consultant firm. And I don't know how much we're going to be paying for this super consultation process that wants to limit the participation of members of the community. The other thing I want to talk about is about TCAC. Look, we're going into,
You may have to wrap up soon.
yes, we're going into a situation where we're going back to 931 Young Street because of some problems, and the next board meeting is tomorrow. There's a letter from the ABC Neighborhood Association that wants 100% affordable housing, and I support that.
Okay, thank you.
That's it.
Thank you for your time.
Everything
right.
in 5 minutes.
Thank you for your presentation.
You got any questions, Mr. Mayor?
That's good.
Madam Mayor,
Does
anybody? I'm
anyone
here
have any
24 hours.
questions?
And one last thing I want to add. Can we make a motion to cease firing?
well, I think that might be out of order.
It's
We're
time
speaking
to
about
recognize
housing.
other cities around the world. We're saying.
Yeah, is there another speaker?
No speakers this
Okay.
Get into video.
Demand ceasefire. Demand ceasefire.
We hear you.
Demand ceasefire.
On the item 10.2 on housing, align housing mandate in strategic effort. Any other speaker? No other speaker. Counselor, anyone want to hold this item? Can we move forward with it? Okay. Thank you, Deputy Mayor Molly. Pardon my coughing. Recommendation has been moved. All those in favor, opposed, carry. Thank you. And the next item that is being held is 10.3. And we have a speaker, Derek Moran. Are you here, Derek? Thank you. You have 5 minutes, Derek.
I just want to say by me speaking at this meeting, this shall not be deemed to be in any way my consent expressed or implied in doing so as fraud. God bless His Majesty the King and long live His Majesty the King. And let the record show that I do not consent to the warrantless searches taking place downstairs by the corporate security T-shirt police here at Toronto City Hall. And I want to thank you, Mayor Chow, for whatever hand you played in reconfiguring the Toronto Police Services Board, as it must be a relief for Councillor Cheng now to know that she won't be bullied anymore for asking too many questions at the police board. So in this report it says, the City of Toronto Act 2006 requires that the city annually adopt a budget, including estimates of all sums required during the year for the purpose of continuing its business. So it just so happens that, again, Miguel there, last week at the police board, said he had a conversation recently with the CFO, Stephen Conforti, over there. Miguel said, quote, because I found out from the City of Toronto CFO that taxpayers were on the hook for a 38% increase in taxes. Now, I'm confused by this, because graphic Matt Elliott on October 12th tweeted while covering a city council meeting on an item about the capital budget, Councillor Lily Cheng again, asks if it's true the city is projected to underspend on projects by $1.6 billion at year end. Staff say yes. Now the staff in particular being newly named CFO Stephen Conforti again over there. Now, the reason I'm assuming Councillor Cheng asked that question at City Council was that she heard someone named Damien Moule speak here recently at Executive Committee. And after hearing Damien speak here at Executive Committee recently, it was Deputy Mayor McKelvey here who asked, are we over budgeting? It was a little longer than that, but the beginning of the question was, are we over budgeting? Then, interim CFO Stephen Conforti starts off with, well, the way we budget our capital program. Then he stops, resets, and switches it up to, but we wouldn't issue debt until the project actually incurred expenses. You know, Scott Duncan once said that the only reason a government employee wouldn't give you a straightforward answer to your question is because they are scamming you. At no point did Deputy Mayor McKelvey ask Mr. Conforti, at what point do we start issuing debt for a capital project? Her question that Mr. Conforti evaded in answering was, are we over budgeting? What Damien Moule at Executive Committee recently explained in a very nice way is the budgeting fraud that has been going on at the City of Toronto ever since the Mayor Miller years, in which every year this place has underspent their budget, and every year has only spent 2/3 of what they budgeted for. He said the city is projected to underspend this year by $1.6 billion. So how are we supposedly in a $1.5 billion hole and facing the prospect of an astronomical property tax hike? You know, I didn't bring a calculator with me, but let's all just logically work this out. $1.6 billion underspent on capital budget that's been going on every year, minus $1.5 billion hole, because nobody here last term thought of asking Dr. Davila, where's the evidence that lockdowns are based on science, by the way? That comes out to $100 million. Oh my God, it turns out we have a $100 million surplus here. There's no reason to jack up property taxes 38% after all, is there? This sounds like nothing more than a shell game that's been playing here at the Toronto City Hall since 2006. And I was expecting Damien to, oh geez, here we go. You guys turn, oh, here we go. So there were some slides here that Damien brought up. I thought he was going to be here today. The one on the bottom here, he says the unspent money stays in reserves, which leads to some strangeness. So in 2022, he highlighted that capital budget underspend was $2 billion, transfer to reserves from operating budget, $1.3 billion. I guess you didn't spend $1.3 billion on operating also. You just don't need that money for no reason. Capital from current, as Deputy Mayor Cole said last time, we need, what does that even mean, capital from current? And debt issued, $1.2 billion, which I'm fuzzy on. Why would you need to issue $1.2 billion in debt when you're underspending by $1.6 billion every year since 2006? It seems like a form of securities fraud that this place has been pulling.
Thank you for your presentation. Are there any questions to the deputant? Seeing no question, Councillor Carroll, can you move the item?
I can. I had some questions about it, but got them all taken care of offline. So
You
I'm happy to
asked
move
the question already,
recommendations.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. And you're moving the recommendation in front?
Yes,
the staff
please.
recommendations. All those in favor? Opposed? Carry? Thank you. We have the next item. We have speakers at 10.9. Councillor Carroll, we held it down for you.
Sorry, which item are we on now?
10.9 is the operating variance report for the 9 months ending September, that you would note the
Yes.
money, the backstop, and